Hello, let's start I'm going to say this is a writing vlog more than a reading vlog for the month of July. Hello everyone, welcome back to A Fictional Escapist. My name is Kris, and today's video is going to be a vlog of some sorts. I'm not reading a whole hell of a lot. It is currently the 4th at the time of filming, and my world has been really just taken up with my book at the moment. And that's okay. So, big goal for me this month is to get my book, which has come back from a couple of beta readers. I'm still waiting on a few of them and I've started to work on those edits as they've come through. The big aim is for me to get my manuscript to the copy editor by the end of this month. To do that, I need to edit approximately 15 pages per day, give or take. Like, some will be more, some will be less, and I feel like I'm really into like the heart of it now. So it is the 4th. I got to page 65 this morning, which puts me in good stead. But yeah, it's gonna be tight if I really want to make a difference. But anyway, I am gonna do some reading. I'll give you more updates on book stuff as I have more coherent thoughts. I'm still reading the fucking Crippled God, so I am 120 pages from the end. So if nothing else, this book will be finished. And I feel like you and I have been on this journey together for a very long time of Kris trying to read The Crippled God, so it makes sense that we'll end it in a vlog. So I am aiming to get about 50 pages of that done today and finish it tomorrow. They are both work days, so the only times I can really read are in break times. But at least I'm working from home for the next 2 days, so I'm not commuting, which is taking up a lot of time as well at the moment. Other than that, I am halfway through a book called Terminal Secrets. This is book 2 of the Cerberus series by Andy Peliquin. This is a sci-fi, kind of bordering cyberpunk. Like, there's not just in that there's cool tech to be used, but it's mainly military sci-fi. I would say, now that I'm like into it, I would say that's where it's sitting. I'm really enjoying it. It is like a popcorn book. I'm putting it in between other big reads. I have a lot of plans for cyberpunk and sci-fi this month, but I'm enjoying that. It's only about 7.5 hours. I can't give too much away because it's a book 2, but I will say our main character, we're just on like a mission. This is a long-running series, so think sort of Monster of the Week vibes, but military sci-fi. So criminal of the week that we need to go and deal with because he's an assassin. Anyway, we've gone back to our main character Nolan's hometown, and he's having a lot of his past come up. So we're getting a little bit more of an in-depth look at Nolan and what happened before he left his current planet, and we're going on to find a big baddie, which is kind of fun. Also, there's a surprise like trans character in there, which I didn't expect, which is like a little brother of a love interest or like a past love interest, which I was like, oh, that's nice. We have a disabled main character and also just a throw to like trans people, and it was delightful. In fact, well, in that it was like, oh, that used to be your sister, but now it's your brother. Okay, now we moved on with that, and we've just used correct pronouns and names for the rest of the book, which is really nice. I'm also like on ebook very slowly reading a book called Wraith and Revolution by AJ Calvin. This is a cyberpunk space opera. Um, I'm very early into it. I'm gonna say like 9%, and we're following a young lad, Kyle, who has an autoimmune disease and can't get off planet. So his prospects are he will die in the next 10 years on this planet, which is I believe Earth. It's just gone to shit. The environment's not great. They have to salvage and sell their salvage goods to eat, but Kyle has no way to get off planet because they won't let him space travel due to this autoimmune disease. Now, this is a book really close to the author's heart because the author also suffers from the same autoimmune disease which is sickle cell, which the main character has. So you can feel a lot of love and a lot of thought going into this particular character, but that's all I really know for now. At the moment, there's like a military, so Kyle's sister is from a sort of, I'm guessing, military corporation who may have the means to get him off planet, but that's about where we're at there. So those 3 things are what I'm reading. I'm pretty confident I'll finish both The Crippled God and Terminal Secrets over the next 10 days or so. In terms of my own book, I'm aiming to be, so if we've got 10 days, 15 pages a day. It's about 150 pages. So we should be around the halfway mark, knock on wood. We'll see. We'll see how we go. I do have the 22nd to the 26th off. We will be in Adelaide, but I'll be taking my laptop and working on the book there as well. That's it for now. That's the intro. I feel like that was a long intro, but we'll see what happens during the next 10. Okay, team, it is done. I've finally finished the Crippled God. I finished it yesterday on a, between finishing work and our friends coming over for dinner. I've officially drunk the Kool-Aid. This was such a cool ending to what has been an epic series, and I think it finally clicked about halfway through this book, maybe in the first third. I actually, dog-eat a page. I won't read the quote because it's a spoiler, but there was a point in this book when I went, holy shit, I get it now. And it was about in the first third, and then it just kept hitting and hitting and hitting. So I technically didn't finish it in the month of June like I wanted to, but I have finally finished it. I can't say anything without giving spoilers away. What I will say is, if you are someone who is daunted by Erikson and, like me, liked the series but didn't it wasn't your favorite or anything throughout the course of your reading experience, I may be changing my tune to having this as a favorite series of all time now. I will say there is a lot of navel gazing. It's super philosophical. You do a lot around the battles more so than being in the battles. This book was more battle heavy and seeing a lot of that fighting that has happened over the course of the 10 books, but I'm so in. I was finding myself going to Wikipedia deep dives. I was into Reddit deep dives. I was looking at information on the Wikipedia page. I was oh, maybe I could add to that because I've just discovered this thing which isn't mentioned in there. And I was oh no, I'm one of them. So I am already thinking about rereads. I'm thinking about going on to the novels or the books of the Malazan by Ian C. Ossermont. I think there's 6 of them. I have the first one here. I was well, can I fit that in this month? Maybe next month. I don't know. But I am glad that I read the series the way that I did. And next time I read it, maybe I don't need 3 or 4 months in between the books. But I certainly picking them up when I felt like it, rather than forcing myself to read it, was the way to go for me personally. Having the wiki page open and, having that reading experience take longer than maybe some other people, because I was going and checking, fact-checking myself throughout the reading experience to make sure I knew where these people were and what armies they were part of, because there's a lot of moving parts. I think in this book there's something 75 to 90 POVs, so they are huge books. But yeah, drunk the Kool-Aid, I'm in. I can't wait to keep going on with this world now that I've just all the parts are clicked into place. Basically every chapter or book of the Crippled God had some of the backstory clicking into place for me personally. So yeah, I also have read a little bit more of Wraith and Revolution by AJ Calvin, but not enough to give thoughts there. And a little bit more of Terminal Secrets, but yeah, not enough. But I just wanted to say that I finally finished the book. We've been on this journey together, and now I think this may be my personality. So, unsure. We'll see what happens over the next couple of months and whether I can stave off jumping back into the world or whether I just bite the bullet and go ahead and do it. But now I need to set up for the podcast. Most of my day today, so it's Sunday the 6th, has been my book. I've spent the last, I would say, 3 hours working on my book, sending out cover reveal materials, so that's happening on the 18th, and which is the anniversary of my grandfather's death. It was the date I originally wanted the book out, but just didn't happen that way. So the book is hopefully, the ebook at least, will be releasing on his birthday, which is in late September. So I need to do Amazon links and things for that. But anyway, I was sending out cover reveal materials this morning, and then I edited 25 pages, so that took about 3 hours. Tomorrow I need to edit, just boom at that. Tomorrow I need to edit another 27 to be on track, but it's looking good so far. So yeah, that is the update. I will see you in the next one. G'day vlog I'm here with Ari, who's very sulky right now. We're having a mood today. It's been raining for 2 days, and she got told off for the dog park yesterday for chasing another dog when she shouldn't have and not listening to recall, and we've been sulking ever since. But it is about 8 o'clock on Tuesday. I think it's the 8th, question mark, I want to say. I haven't read a whole bunch. I read a little bit, but my main focus, like I said, is my book. I just finished my pages for the evening, aiming to get 15 pages per day done. I think I'm going to have to not do pages on Wednesday and make that up, just because I need to drop Rachel to work, go to my work, and then commute on the way home. So like the round trip is closer to 4 hours on a Wednesday, and then getting home, making dinner. I go into the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or those are my in-office days, and normally if I don't have Rachel in the car, the commute can be anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours, so it's not as bad, but I'm definitely getting into like more nitty-gritty stuff for my pages, where I have to actively think about the story. Did my favourite scene yesterday, which was really cool, but hello Valerie. But yeah, I've had to really soul search the last couple of days. In terms of reading, I haven't been reading a whole hell of a lot, just because I am focusing on the book, and that is what I'm... Okay, we have both of them now. Taking up all my brain space, but I did start The Secret History of Sharks, and I'm 2 chapters into it, about 43 pages. This is just something I can read because I'm genuinely interested in it, and it's non-fiction. It's essentially a textbook about the sharks through the ages. So it goes essentially from when the first fossil was backdated, which was like 436 to 466 million years ago, and it was found in Australia. And then it goes through the what they can determine from the evolution of sharks to modern day sharks. And the reason that they're doing this research is because we as humans share a lot of DNA with animals, and sharks have like predate trees. They have gone through 4 mass extinctions as a species and are still somehow around. So like, I wonder what their secret is, and if we share genes, maybe humans can learn a thing or two from sharks. I'm not quite willing to go and live in the depths of the ocean, because it terrifies me, even though I'm obsessed with sharks, but it's been quite interesting thus far. So just reading that in little bits and pieces when I have time. Like I said, it's nothing like my writing, because it is just educational. But yeah, watched a lot of movies in the downtime. I think my brain space has needed that. So we watched Old Guard and Old Guard 2. Unsure about how I feel about the second one. First one's great. I mean, the second one was fine. It was an action flick. It was entertaining for what it was. Was it queerbaity for queerbaity's sake? Unsure. Still not mad at it. Anyway, I have mixed feelings. And then I watched Thunderbolts with Jim, and I don't like Marvel movies, but that one wasn't terrible. Like, it was entertaining the whole way through. And we watched Sinners last night, and that was bloody excellent. A real celebration of culture while also being a very freaky vampire film, which I thought was just fantastic. Like, I cannot fault it. If you like slow burn horrors, which just give its all to the people that it is celebrating, then it did a very, very good job. I'm 23% into Wraith and Revolution, so I've read like 3% since the last check-in, and I should finish Terminal Secrets tomorrow, in between taking Rachel to work, because she doesn't like listening to audiobooks, but like I have half an hour after I drop her off to when I get to my work. I also have a doctor's appointment tomorrow because I suspect my EFRG, or whatever levels they are for the kidney, aren't great, and I had to go and get them checked. So I'll be doing that tomorrow as well. Anyway, hopefully I'll finish a book before the next update, but that is it for now. Okay, bye. It is so early in the morning. The moon is still out, but the dogs are so happy out here, just ignore whatever the fuck is going on with my hair. I've read nothing. I just want to show you the pretty moon. And the dog's going nuts. Hello everyone, we are back here featuring Valerie. Just got back from the gym, fed the dogs. I have to log into work very quickly, but I have finished Terminal Secrets, which is book 2 in the Cerberus series by Andy Peliquin. I liked this one. I don't think I liked it as much as the first one. They're very action-heavy books that know what they're doing. I will say both the books in the series I've read so far don't overstay their welcome, in that they are space opera, kind of cyberpunky with the tech that we have going on there. Not necessarily a cyberpunk world, like it's a sci-fi world, but there is like some cool tech that happens in there. We're still following Nolan and the bigger backstory that happened in book 1 with there's an ex-agent that ends up on his doorstep who is addicted to drugs, who is trying to help. There is like an undercurrent of that story happening in book 2, but it's definitely not the focus. For this book, it's kind of like Crime of the Week-esque, and I'm guessing because I think there's 14 books in the series, it carries on with that sort of Crime of the Week feeling throughout the rest of the books. But in this one, Nolan, who is our main character, has to go back into his hometown to try and stop a guy called Eldon Croyle, I think is his name. And there's some machinations happening between a couple of mining sites on this off-world planet, which happens to be Nolan's home planet where his parents died and he hadn't uncovered the mystery of his parents' death. An old love interest turns up and we follow that sort of storyline. So it's not necessarily something that you haven't read or experienced before, but it was entertaining and the writing is good. I still really like the AI tie-up. It's probably my favorite part of these books. But when I say it doesn't overstay its welcome, it knows what it's doing and it ends when it needs to. Like, I felt myself going, okay, well, I'm ready to move on to something else now within sort of the last hour of the book. So by the time it finished, I wasn't annoyed that I was still in that world, that I was still in that story. It sort of just ended naturally where I thought, okay, I'm now ready to go on and move on to something else. An hour, give or take, but that's normally fine. It's when you get like books that have 10 hours to go and you're like, I need a break, where this one didn't. So I was like, okay, well, I'll finish it. There's only an hour left. So it was good. I'm probably sitting at about 3.5 star. Like, this isn't a series that I'm going to reread, right? But I am interested in continuing on. I do have the third book already on Audible, so when I have time to fit that in, I think that one's shorter. It may only be 6 or 7 hours. The one I just listened to was, I think, 8-ish. So so when I get time, I'll fit that in. I have moved on to not necessarily a mood read, but Ryan ended up picking up my favorite book of all time, which is A Picture of Dorian Gray, and I got so excited that I have started reading that as well, listening to it. So I'm about 20% of the way through that. I've read no more of Wraith and Revolution. I went on to Campfire's app this morning, and it seems that the book is not there anymore, so I'm not sure if there's like an update or something happening, so I'll try that again later today. I may pick up a physical read today. Like, I might try The Silk by J.E. Hannaford, because that's on my list of things to read at the moment as well. So I might pick that up if I can't get back into Wraith and Revolution. I'm quite enjoying the book by A.J. Calvin. It's just I'm fitting it in like a chapter here and there, so it's pretty slow going. That being said, it is very easy to follow on with this character's journey, Kai, going off-world to get medical intervention for his autoimmune disease, and then having to essentially sign his life away to become a soldier for the universe that we're in. But more on that when I can read more of it. Anyway, that is it. I'm going to quickly make some oats and then get to work. No more on the shark book. I did watch The Shark Whisperer by Ocean Ramsey's documentary last night, which is quite eye-opening. I didn't realize we're still killing 100 million sharks a year, and they are quite vital for our ocean's ecosystem. And our ocean's ecosystem is very important for the world. Anyway, I won't carry on about the shark obsession you all know already. Bye. Hello, it is Friday, the 11th. I'm about to take Rachel out to dinner. I put a note on her desk today and said, will you go out with me? But I booked a reservation at an Italian place down the road, so we're going to go and do that. I just thought we haven't had a date night in a little while, or spent quality time together, since we're both quite busy right now. But I just did 5 pages of my book. That's probably all that's going to happen tonight, but I am on track with where I want the page numbers to be. If I can get 10 done tomorrow, that leaves me 30 each day on my weekend to crack page 200, or about maybe even 220. 220 would be the goal. But I ended up adding more words than I thought I would, which is interesting, just putting, again, more life into it. Anyway, the cover reveal is happening in like a week, which is crazy. I don't know what I'm feeling, but it's excited, it's nervous, I don't know. But I haven't had a lot of time to read, so it's not a huge update, just that the pages are getting done. I managed 15 yesterday, only 5 today, 10 tomorrow, and then if I can get to page 220 before the end of the vlog, before the end of Monday, I will call that a pretty big success. So, I will catch you in the next update. I ended up rebuying Wraith and Revolution on Apple Books. I am really trying not to spend anything, if I can avoid it, on Amazon this year. I will have a video up, potentially even before this, about goals for like the new financial year, and trying to avoid using things like Amazon is one of them. So I bought it on Apple Books, and I don't know how much better Apple is. Who fucking knows? But I rebought it because I tried to pick up another book and didn't want to read that. I want to read Wraith and Revolution. So I read 5% of that and fell asleep last night. Anyway, that's the update. I'm going to go pick up my wife from that door for dinner. I'm back. I haven't gone to dinner yet. This was the front door. I think I know what it is, but let's see. It is what I thought it is. It is Heart of the Weirdwood by R.J. Barker. So, I now have all 3 books and no excuse to not read this series. I think it'll be a 2026 series. Don't quote me on that. But I'll open the book and show you what it looks like. I'm under the terrible lights. Bad lights. Wow, you can really see my monobrow on this. Anyway, it is indeed Heart of the Weirdwood by R.J. Barker. So I now have all 3 books. Cool edges again there. I mean, this camera's not going to do it justice, but that's cool. I didn't forget that I'd ordered this. I just didn't realize that it was out yet. So now I have that one as well. I am now very, very late on R.J. Barker's new series to say that he has all 3 books out and I've read none of them. Okay, I'm going to dinner now. The hair situation is no better, but I am about to do writing sprint 1 of 2 today. Potentially I'll try and film a wrap-up for June and the indie releases. Maybe that'll happen tomorrow, I'm not sure. Sorry, my laptop is old and it's about to take off. So the aim today is to get to page 200 of my manuscript, which at a stretch I could potentially get to 235 tomorrow. It's a stretch goal, but that will put me in halfway in the manuscript just prior to halfway through the month, which is exciting. So that is the aim today. I'm about to do 1 sprint with Mark this morning. Usually goes for about 2 hours, and then Ryan has asked me if I want to do one, so potentially I'll do one with him this afternoon and work towards those goals. So that'll be about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours of writing today. Let's see if I get any reading done. I don't know. We got goals to achieve, so that has to come first. But I'll let you know at the end of the day how many I got done and how we're looking for tomorrow. This is quite possibly the worst reading vlog that I've ever done because there is a severe lack of reading happening. But it is Sunday night. It's about 6:30, I want to say. I've just finished my second writing sprint, so thank you, Ryan, for being there and encouraging me to do the thing. So I've done 30 pages today. I'm on track to get to halfway tomorrow, which is exciting. That is where I want to be, and that's the end of the vlog tomorrow. I might just keep vlogging because filming right now, I just don't want to do it. So this is content that I can do, and I don't mind doing the little clips here and there. So I may just carry on with that and go for the next 10 days, but we'll see what happens. Now, I need to cook dinner and just find the will to do that, because we went and bought $180 worth of groceries today for the week, lunches and dinners and breakfasts, so we don't go out, we don't buy food. We went out on Friday. I know I'm justifying it in my head now. We're I just want chippies and gravy, which is not good for my organs, because I don't know if I updated you on the doctor thing. Kidneys are fine, but cholesterol is a little bit high, so I need to go back to being better. I don't want to cook, but I will cook. We have vegan gnocchi, like a spicy tomato vegan gnocchi. It's good. I just have to cook it. Okay, I'll go do that. Anyway, before I go and do that, I have actually gotten to 50% of Wraith and Revolution. Yay, we've read something. So maybe it's like the second worst reading vlog I've ever done. I don't know. It is definitely picking up. So just premise, we are following the character Kai, who lives on Earth, which is over like pollution, and he, because of his autoimmune disease, he won't survive another 10 years. His sister Kelsey works for some kind of military off-world, and she's been trying for years and years and years to get him off-world. But because of Kai's autoimmune disease, he won't survive the travel unless he is able to be cured, and that is too expensive. It is possible, but it's too expensive. So Kelsey, non-spoiler, it's on the back of the blurb, there's an opportunity for Kai to go off-world and get the medical help that he needs, but he does have to sign his life away to become a cyborg, which is like this big military enterprise. So we're following those decisions and the consequences that come from that. And now at the moment, I don't want to give spoilers away, but at the moment, there was like a heist situation where the Zyg military corporation is getting infiltrated by somebody who helped create it, and like Kai's a part of that storyline. So hopefully that is not too spoilery, but it's fast-paced, it's got some cool like cyberpunk aspects to it. I'm enjoying it a lot, but there is a lot of different like plot beats in it quite quickly. So I've read 270 pages. I think it's 570 in total, so just over 50% of the way through. And yeah, there's a lot of, is that over 50% or just under? I can't math. There's a lot of different, like the plot moves so quickly and changes so quickly, even though it's all part of Kai's story, that I don't want to give, like if I say any more, it's just going to give straight spoilers away. I'm enjoying it for now. I've read nothing else other than that. I'd like average 5 to like 7% of that a day. It is what it is. We'll see how far I get tonight, but I think I'm just going to game. Anyway, that was a really long clip to say that I don't want to cook dinner, and I've read like 10% of a book today. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow, see what happens then. Okay, bye. I can't tell you anything that I want to do less than reading my own book right now. But we have 30 pages to go. I'm at page 201. I'd like to get to page 235 today, so 34 pages. Vacuum's going, the washing machine's going, so I've done chores, so I don't have to do this. But I've run out of time and I have to do this. Otherwise I'm not going to get my videos filmed, which I also don't want to do. What a vlog. Good on you, Kris. Anyway, discipline or whatever, I'm going to get a coffee and just do it, and I'll check in with you to see if I manage to get 34 pages done today. It is 1:01 and we are finally done. We're at the halfway mark. We made it to 238. I did add a page of text in there, so 238 of 471. I almost made myself cry, which I don't know, is that a good sign? One of the beta readers challenged me to add some emotion into a particular scene, and that took me the longest today. It was like a paragraph, and it took probably 45 minutes. Anyway, we are done for the day. I'm gonna go eat something, have some water because I'm dehydrated, and then try and film some videos. So all in all, a pretty productive day. I don't know that I'm going to read anything else today, so I might just cut the vlog off here. Yes, I'm aiming to get a wrap-up done and the indie release lists before I go to Adelaide, so I can edit them and off we go. Maybe even a goals video. We'll see. We'll see how we get. I'm still feeling very resistant to content, and I'm not sure why, but we're just going to go with it. Also, I need a haircut, and my beard needs a trim, because at this point, it just looks like pubes on my face, and that's awful. You don't care. I am likely going to do another vlog this month. I will probably start it on the 20th, because we're going to Adelaide, so I'll vlog some of that. Hoping to meet up with Louise Holland and Cam Sinclair, so both Australian authors who live in Adelaide, which will be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens, but for now, I will say, sorry, there wasn't a whole lot of reading. I don't know that my reading's going to get any better this month, because this is my priority. So I guess next one will be a travel and a writing vlog. We'll see. If you like the content, give one of those. If you want to see more of it, click subscribe at your will, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.